Are you comfortable? Can I work now? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna be a pillow. Hey guys, it's Jasmine, and today we are going to talk about how you can still make raw cat food even if you can't find chicken hearts. Before we get started, please make sure to click that subscribe button below if you are new to my channel, because I do put out new videos about cat stuff every Catterday. Also, make sure to check out my cat stuff playlist where I have a ton more videos, including the importance of taurine for your cat trilogy, which we just finished up, and my how to make raw cat food videos, and a whole lot more. And you can do that by clicking on the link in that little eye icon right above, or I'll also leave links for anything I talk about today in the description below. So first things first, you can still make raw food without hearts. It's not ideal, but you can still do it because there are areas where hearts are really difficult to find, and this has been a super common question that I've gotten. Speaking of the most common questions that I get and their answers, I did just create a page for that on catladyfitness.com, so make sure to check that out. I will leave a link to that in the description below as well. Now back to the hearts and the recipe. It's really important to know that you can't just replace the hearts with livers, which is another common thing that people ask. You want to remember that the hearts are a muscle meat technically, and things like the livers or kidneys are secreting organs. So you definitely don't want to replace the hearts in the recipe with more livers. Even though these other things, and we'll just use livers as an example since we do use them in the recipe. So even though the livers have a really high concentration of taurine, which is that crucial nutrient that is super important to your cat's health, other organs can also contain other vitamins and nutrients that can cause harm or toxicity in your cat if they're over ingested. Livers in particular are very high in vitamin A, which your cats can overdose on. Toxicity in vitamin A can affect your cat's bone health and can even cause death. This is also why I suggest against giving your cat those popular freeze-dried liver treats that are everywhere for cats and dogs. They're a really popular training treat for dogs, because that can cause an increase in the liver consumption, which can cause the risk of vitamin A toxicity. And I talk about that more in my healthy snacks for raw food cats video, which I'll also link in the description below. Now, in my recipe for raw cat food, which was adapted from the recipe on feline-nutrition.org, which I highly suggest you go check out, we already consider the risk of this and these factors like too much vitamin A or how much taurine is needed, or basically all of the calculations. So the ratios are already there, and if you were to add more liver without adjusting the rest of the recipe accordingly, then you would definitely be throwing those ratios off balance and potentially introducing a risk for something like vitamin A toxicity. All that said, in summary, you do not want to replace the hearts with livers in this recipe. So what do you want to do, or what can you do if you can't find hearts? Well, since hearts are technically a muscle meat, you simply just want to replace the weight of the hearts, which in the base recipe is 14 ounces, with 14 ounces of muscle meat. In this case, it could be dark meat preferably, so the chicken thigh meat. This will make up for that bulk and weight in the recipe while adding in a little bit more taurine also. But, and this is really important, you do want to add in 4,000 milligrams of supplemental taurine in addition to the 2,000 milligrams that's already in the recipe. And what this does is replace the potential amount of taurine that the hearts would have provided in the food. Now, if you're using my raw food recipe calculator on catladyfitness.com, all you have to do is enter the amount of meat as usual that you're using, replace the amount that you see in the chicken hearts box with more muscle meat. So the default you'll see is 14 ounces, so you would just want to add 14 ounces more of the chicken thigh meat. And then to get the additional taurine needed in the recipe, since you don't have the hearts, You multiply this number by 10, and that equals the amount in milligrams of taurine that you need to add to the recipe. Remember that this is in addition to the taurine that's already in the recipe. So, are hearts ideal and the best thing to use in this recipe? Absolutely, but you can only do the best you can with what you know, and in this case, with what you have access to. If you ask me, the fact that you care enough about your furry baby or your multiple cats and furry babies in order to be watching this video and doing the research to potentially provide them with the healthiest life that you can, that says a lot. So in the case of feeding your cat a raw food diet, don't worry, because this is a viable and totally sufficient substitution. And it's still definitely better than any dry kibble that you could ever feed your cat. In summary, no hearts, no problem. Alright guys, I hope you found this video helpful or interesting. If you did, please remember to click that thumbs up below, because that also lets me know the content that you like to see. Also, remember to subscribe to get those weekly videos and to check out my common questions list and the cat stuff playlist if you haven't been with us for a while already. Also, feel free to leave any other questions or things you may want to see videos on in the comments below, even if it's simply more videos of Puppy being adorable, because sometimes I feel like I don't post enough of him being adorable, and he does not like that. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!